May 10th, 2026. Happy Mother's Day to all the TI moms out there. Whether your children talk to you or not. Happy Mother's Day. So I'm sitting out here. And the mama bird is back. Hi. My neighbor's outside. So I don't see him now, but I heard the door open. So yeah. These perps did not let up last night. They put me in such torture. I want to punch them all so fucking hard. Yeah, that's why I'm in the backyard instead of the front. I don't want to see them. It's Mother's Day. Leave me alone. They made it so I wouldn't be a mother, you know. Did witchcraft on my womb and ovaries and all that. That's why I have a big cyst. It's an ovarian cyst. It was one big one and like a whole bunch of little ones. And I found a doctor to cut them open. And then it got bigger anyway, because it doesn't come out unless you do surgery on it. Like I keep saying to the doctors, they don't listen because they don't want to do their job. They don't care. And that's the problem too. So glad one of them listened and I got my surgery. I did a little bit of gag stalking yesterday, not too much. Buddha Smurf showed up after like 2 weeks. A nice big skull on his jacket. He had bread. He had 2 loaves of bread and like a clear baggie. So somebody gave him bread. And probably Witchy Poo gave him bread because I showed you that video though. She passed by my house with a bag of bagels and it had like a red and black label on it. And then like when I went to Dunkin', he was carrying the same bag of bread. You're gonna tell me that's not a coincidence? That's just a coincidence? It's not. They know each other. So that's probably why he comes after me so much. You know, these perps, they take breaks and then they do their witchcraft again. Right now they're attacking me in my sleep. They keep sending me roaches. I don't know what that's about. I got to look that up because it's disgusting. For some reason, I'm on the first floor. I'm washing dishes in there. In a dream. And I see roaches in the cabinet. And then all of a sudden, they jumped on me. I felt them on me. It was disgusting. I was like, what is wrong with these perps? They're not in my house, thank God, because I do put prayer videos on during the day, so I think it makes them not come. And we did have an exterminator come anyway, so they're probably mad about that. Good. So I heard every noise you could think of last night while I was deep in sleep. They woke me up from deep sleep. They hit me with the dew weapon. I was sweating. I don't think it was not a hot flash, because if it was a hot flash, it would have been all night. No, they had like weird shit going on in my dream. Like, in one part of the dream, my whole family was back here, right? And I was having a good time. And one of my family members in the dream decided to pee in a garbage bag. And the rest of the family was laughing. So whoever's monitoring spirit is knows about the rest of my family, what they look like, and is using them in my dreams like that, because that's not normal. They wouldn't do stuff like that, especially if we have a bathroom. Why the hell would they pee in a bag? I think these perps think we're stupid. Like we don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. Like I said, they could do all the witchcraft they want. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work anymore. I try to keep myself, from going crazy like they want me to. That's why I don't really do much, because You'll get fired. I wish I would sometimes, just so I could record it. Like, I really try not to say stuff. Because I don't want to lose my cool. And I don't want to have a brain aneurysm or a stroke and a heart attack like they want that for me. They want me to unalive myself. They want me to have an addiction like drugs and drinking and sex like them. They're all greedy with money. They want me to be like them. They're hoping that by doing what they're doing to me, that I'll come to their side and like join them. Nope. Never gonna join you. I don't care if you get mad at me for that. Don't care. Make sure you tell all your little friends that I'm not joining your club. This is why these angry men come after me too, because they think I owe them something. I don't owe you shit. I don't even know who you are, first of all. I definitely don't owe you anything. Screw you. You're not entitled to any part of me. Especially my hoo-ha. Nope, definitely not a part. No, you're not allowed to do that. They've been trying this whole time. They astral project themselves and do stuff. Because they don't want me to be in a relationship with somebody normal. Because if I even start to like somebody, they're going to try to convince them that, you know, that I'm the bad guy. And the person's going to, you know, believe them, because that's what people do. They believe the wrong people. It's kind of annoying, actually. That's why I have 2 friends and I'm good. At least I have friends, you know. They don't like that either. They don't like that my friends see what they do in front of them. They do it in front of them, so. And my 2 whole friends, they're not going to believe these people. They see what they see, and they know that I'm not nuts like they want me to be. So, like this neighbor over here, all 3 of his cars got taken away because he was drunk driving. I didn't have to do shit. I just prayed about everything, slept as much as I could. Like I said, they're draining my energy, so I get tired in the afternoon, but I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna take a nap. Don't care. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get your rest anywhere you can, you know. Well, not anywhere, you know, not on the bus or the train. In your own home. Please look at some videos I posted on my community page too, because they're very helpful and very truthful. I don't think you're allowed to comment on my channel. For some reason, YouTube is like blocking that stuff. Even the community page that I used to have, I think 1 person commented only. So I didn't really do much with the page. But I remember I had 5 years worth of videos, and so many people commented. And now barely anybody comments. I got a lot of views. Lots of people watched my channel, my videos, like thousands of views on some of them. No likes. And no comments. Yeah, it's all perps watching my fucking videos, that's why. Well, I like to interact with other TIs, yeah, but the perps get in the way all the damn time. I gotta see if I can fix the moderator on there, because I don't have one. So if people are not commenting, that means somebody's on my page doing stuff to make it not happen. You know? Because how could it be that nobody's commenting on my channels, on my videos? Not even 1 person? You gotta be kidding me. Especially my recent stuff. Like all the evidence I caught within the last couple months, nobody has anything to say. Like, hey, I went through that too. Nothing. Not 1 word. Somebody's doing something where I'm not allowed to have any comments on my channel. And I checked last night. Doesn't seem like anything's wrong, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Weird. So weird. They just don't want us talking to each other. They know there's more of us than them. So they don't want us to talk to each other and be friendly towards each other. They want us to hate each other. You know, everybody's out to get us. No, stop. We have to stop thinking that way. We have to have more discernment than anything else and see, oh, this person's not, this way. This person's a good person, That's the problem when you can't trust each other now because of this program. It's what they want. I don't know what to tell you, because it's not easy. It's not easy being single. It's not easy not being a mother. It's not easy. Not easy for any of us that have nobody. And the perps, they have significant others, but they're not really together. They're just together because, they get paid to be together. So this lady, I walked into Dunkin' yesterday. This girl, I don't know how old she was. She was fat like me. Her belly was hanging out. Her fat thighs were hanging out. She had like a sports bra and sports shorts on, with like tight stuff. And I looked at her like, what the fuck? Like, why you have your belly out? They know I don't like to see that. I'm fat too. You don't see my belly. You don't see my legs. You don't see anything. Nothing sticking out. My arms are not out. Nothing. I hide the fat. I mean, you still know I am, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't advertise it. She's sitting there doing TikToks. Her own TikToks. So she looks like she's having a seizure. The way she was doing that. So I'm like, okay, she's definitely a perp, whatever. So I go get my coffee. And I go sit down. And I see her boyfriend. As soon as he looked at me, he turns his hat around. So I know that was the sign of something. I don't know what yet. That's why I want to talk to you guys. Because you guys would know what that means. To me, it just means he's just turning his hat over, around. Because men do that. They wear hats, they turn them around. So that's what I was thinking. But anyway, it's a sign of something. Honestly, I don't really care, but I overheard her saying, I'm gonna get that bitch, I'm gonna beat her ass. You ain't beating my ass. Fuck off. Like, I don't know if she was trying to say she was gonna do it to me. I was like, no, we're not doing that. That's not how life works. You don't get to say whatever you want to whoever you want. And there's no consequences? The fuck out of here. Anyways, so I overheard her doing that. I had a video about gang stalking on my phone. And I don't know what the lady said in the video, but it made them leave. Like, they ran out of the room. I was like, bye. So I purposely had my Sprite t-shirt on, which is a lime green shirt. Almost everybody walking past had lime green. And Target bags. I had my Target bag the day before. I went to the movies with my friend. So I guess they're mad at me for that. Good, I'm glad you are. So I had all camo on Friday. I forgot my hat though. And then I saw people with camo, they gave me dirty looks. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at like that? Because they're wearing camo, so they figure white people can't wear camo. That's what it is. And now, camo is for everybody, but bitch. And they all have Target bags too, a lot of them. I brought my bag because I got popcorn. I got a popcorn and water, and I get a free refill at the end. And I put it in the bag. And then I get up to... The movie was great with Michael. That movie was great. I go to get my free popcorn refill. This little kid, 4 years old, he's like, fat, pointing at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I looked at him like, are you kidding me? His brother goes, no, don't do that. You should be nice. You have to be nice. He was trying to push the kid away to look somewhere else. He kept looking back at me and laughing. That's a demon. Demons will definitely jump into children who are not baptized in the name of Jesus. So a lot of families don't baptize their children. But if you are baptized, you're going to stay baptized. You don't stop. You don't get rebaptized, because once you're baptized, that's it. Now you just got to follow what he says and give your life to him. After all this cruelty that I've dealt with, it didn't really bother me too much, but I was like, you fucking serious? The devil is using a child, jumped into a child. That's how petty the devil is. He would have the audacity to jump into a child. It's supposed to be innocent, and say that stuff to me, because he wanted to say that to me in my head. That's what it is. These voice of skull things too. That's what that is. They got that idea from the devil. You always have like negative thoughts in your head. That's the devil, and it's voice of skull too. So I was treated with respect after that. I think I got my refill. We came back here. We got coffee. And one of the main perps, he always wears a red and black checkerboard, like, coat. All you know, in the winter, it's like a winter coat, like a thick wool coat. So it's red and black, it's plaid. But it's also checkerboard, you know, the symbolism. And every time I see him, he always walks past me. He gets only a small cup of coffee from the gas station or wherever he gets his coffee. And he'll just patrol back and forth. He's the only one that doesn't take his phone out. He just walks past back and forth 3-4 times. So we saw him the other day. He had a wagon full of like water bottles. 2 packs of water bottles, some little groceries. I'm like, oh, somebody went to Dollar Tree. That's where he got it from. They gave him money to go to Dollar Tree. So he stocked up on water. We saw him, and then a couple other people had Target bags, whatever. I was like, oh, look at this mofo. All that, right? And nothing really bad happened. He came back to my house, my friend, and we had dinner. It was nice, and it was good to get out. So yesterday, I see Voodoo Smurf, right? He's maniacally laughing because he's a fucking psycho. He has a skull on the back of his jacket. I gave him the finger. I hope he saw it. As I'm sitting there, I look over right across the street from me. Where I was sitting in the window seat, there was a car parked with one headlight. Just very bright. Like it was shining towards me through the window. And so I gave him the finger. Fuck him. Who the hell do these people think they are? I stick my tongue out at them, give them the finger. Fuck them. Like, seriously, who the fuck do they think they are? But these are people who have demons in them. They're working through them to piss you off. So everybody was copying me wearing lime green. The homeless lady from the neighborhood came in. She sat right next to me, of course. She had lime green on, too. She didn't talk to herself like she usually does. And she said hello to me. So I'm like, oh, hi. You know, like, what the fuck am I going to say, you know? Fuck off, you know, I don't want to scream at people. Plus, they help her out. They give her food and drinks and stuff. So I'm not going to be too rude. Even though, you know, I have a screenshot of her taking a picture of me. I have the video. I think it's a little weird that the music came on when it hasn't been on in months. That's not a coincidence either. Somebody told them to do that. You know, that's why I'm just nice to people. Not overly nice, but like I'm nice enough. And they treat me with respect back, you know, so we're fine. I was gonna leave early. It was raining. I was like, I'll sit here for a few minutes. I didn't really want to rush home. The rain stopped and the sun was still out. So I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to see a rainbow. And I did. I come out of there and there was a nice, big, beautiful rainbow. So it's like, that made up for the whole week, I've got to tell you. The colors are so beautiful. You ever see the crayons we had in school? Not school. It was a special paint, not crayon, from the 90s. And you dipped it in water, and then you rolled it onto a piece of paper. It was all rainbow. I forgot the name of it, but anyways, I always wanted to get one of those. I think you can find them probably at a thrift store. I'm gonna have to go to the thrift store one day. Anyways, and probably eBay. eBay probably has it. I don't think Amazon does. So anyways, so that made up for the whole week. I go home. The day went so quick, it wasn't even funny. You know, the devil started me at night. So I hear the music from the club. And then I fall asleep after that. And then I hear my tenants having sex. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight. Then I got hit with the new weapon, so it was hot and sweaty a little bit. Not soaking wet, but it was a little sweaty. It was like heated. I'm like, what is going on? They took the cyst out, so I wasn't sick anymore. I was like, it has to be that. It has to be them. There's no other explanation. So I'm like, come on, you fucking asshole perps. Like, I was cursing them out because I was trying to sleep. And then I got a text message right after the damn alarm shuts off. I was like, you couldn't let me fucking sleep tonight. I have an appointment this week. And they called, texted me about it. I'm like, you fucking kidding? It's not, the appointment, it's not tomorrow. So they were annoying with that. I'm gonna talk to them when I get there. Because that's fucking ridiculous. It's Sunday. What are you texting for? On a Sunday? Businesses are not open on Sundays like that. The doctor's office is not open on a Sunday. It's fucking rude. So I'm pissed off that, I didn't get any sleep. The night before, I heard a woman screaming in English. I was like, what the fuck? Who is that? Like, nobody speaks English here but us. It's like, who the hell is screaming like that? But it sounded like she was in my kitchen, so it was, voice of skull. I hear people screaming on the other side too. What else to do? Yeah. Trying to get my sleep on. They don't want me to sleep. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I haven't talked to any TIs on the phone in a long time. It's been almost 3 weeks. At least 3 weeks, yeah. So we all know what's up with that. Once you make friends with somebody, they don't want you talking to them. They'll find any excuse to make you stop talking to them. So they do stuff to people's phones, so they can't contact you, and vice versa. Like with my phone, I would talk to people, and there would be an echo in the background. And then people jump in, they say weird stuff at the end. I can understand if it was a landline phone. That used to happen every once in a while. But this is cell phones. Like, how are you able to do that? But some of these perps have the technology to listen in on phone calls. There's movies out there, movies that show this technology. Back in the 90s and the 2000s, early 2000s, there was so many movies that show this kind of stuff. I didn't watch all of them yet. I watched Minority Report, Conspiracy Theory, They Live, Truman Show, the one with Denzel Washington, when the demons jumped into everybody's bodies. I forgot what that's called. Manchurian Candidate, I watched. The other one with Will Smith. And Hugh Jackman, what the hell's the guy's name? Anyways, he was getting followed by people. Damn, what the hell's the name of the movie? See what I mean? They make you forget. There's so many movies. They don't want us to see anything. I missed the ballerina John Wick movie in the movie theaters, but I watched it on cable. It was great. They're gonna make another John Wick movie. Ooh. I want to look at the show that they had on TV. I don't think it lasted more than one season. But I live in those areas. I live where in the state they filmed the movie. So I'm gonna go over there one day, and every place I'm gonna find out where everything is. I passed by the big hotel that he was in, the Iron District. It looks like a giant iron building. It's pretty cool. So I took pictures back then. This was a while ago. I didn't know about John Wick yet. I know where the fountain is. I just haven't gone there yet. And I'm definitely going to all those places eventually. Because they make me so tired, they don't want me leaving the house ever, right? So when I plan things, I have to make sure. And like, I don't have a doctor appointment. That's dragging me down, basically. So little by little, I'm gonna go see all the sights in the city. See the confirmation honk. Whether these perps like it or not, I'm gonna do it. I won't talk about it till after the fact because, I don't want the perps to follow me. They did that once. I was in Central Park with my friend. And we're taking one of the many paths. So there was so many paths in there. We took the one near the train station. Like, we got off of one train station, and there was another one you go, in between where the zoo is. So we went near that area. We went to the entrance. It was, this place is pretty big. Central Park is huge. So many different places to go in. So we're walking in there, we're going on the trail, taking pictures, everything. It's pretty cool. And we stopped to rest. It was pretty hot out, too. So we stopped to rest near the lake. We saw the turtles in the lake. We saw raccoons sleeping in the tree. We saw blue jays. We saw rats. That was gross. We saw robins. It was all wildlife. It was so nice. Ducks, everything. We saw all kinds of birds. So we're sitting there. All of a sudden, this guy was like staring at us. So he sits at the next bench over, just facing us the whole time, wearing all red from head to toe. And he had the Jordans on, the red, white, and black Jordans. Wearing red head to toe. And he wouldn't stop staring at us. So I looked at him like, what is your fucking problem? I didn't say it. I looked at him though. So I'm like, what are you gonna do? I'm sitting here with a 6'4" man. What are you gonna fucking do? Try it. They don't try it because they know they're not gonna mess with a tall guy. The guy who was staring at us was probably like 5'10". Like, yeah, I don't think so, buddy. First of all, my friend doesn't take no shit either. He gets messed with too, just like me. And people always have to sit next to us. Whether we're on the train or the bus or whatever, they just sit next to us. There's a whole row of seats. No, they gotta sit right next to us. So years ago when we went on the train, I forgot about this, but he told me, he's like, I remember we sat on the train after one of our excursions, and these people just, like, out of all the empty seats, they sat plopped right next to us. Why do they do that? Your guess is as good as mine. So he made a joke, and I was like, oh, you want to go sacrifice that goat tonight? And there was one of the person that was with us, so we were laughing, and they moved seats. Like, there you go, that's how you do it. We're not really going to do that. We don't do that. My neighbors do it, but not me. She cooks the goat. That was a goat's foot last Halloween in my driveway. Yeah, that was a coincidence, y'all. It was 3 days before Halloween. It was a goat foot. Yeah, that was coincidence, such a coincidence. I think that's a mockingbird here. Mockingbird. Anyways. And then there was like a meat pie or something, like sitting on somebody's windowsill, the garden. Not the windowsill, the garden. Hopefully it was a mockingbird. I see him. Yeah, so, bruh. And that video's on my channel too. The fact that the person took a piece of it out of the pan, they probably ate it and they figured somebody else was going to take it. Like, who would take that? It was sitting there, no cover on it, and a piece was taken out of it. Who's taking it? Nobody. Nobody took it. I know, because I was there. I saw it. Like, it was there for a couple of days. Nobody took it. And then I saw somebody throw it out, so... Like, nobody's taking your nasty food. They know what that means. There's a lot of witches and warlocks in the neighborhood. They know what that means when you put food like that. Nobody's that stupid anyway. Not here. They would not take it if you would have put a cover on it, put it in a grocery bag, and with a note that says free food, take me. They still wouldn't take it because it's gross. Who the fuck would do that? Cooked or not, they're not going to take it. And the corner used to have like so much garbage. People would just dump their clothes, like stuff like they didn't want no more at the corner. So there was an issue. And it was just piles and piles of garbage and everything. So one day I saw a lady take a bag of rice, leave it by the tree and open it. Cooked rice. I'm like, what the fuck? No bird touched it. So that's when I knew it was witchcraft. And I had that video on my last channel. And another week, I saw the piece of the Ouija board, the piece that you ask the questions or you put your fingers on it. I saw that in the tree. But yeah, these witches are nuts. There was no dumping. It says no dumping in the title. There's a note on the pole, like a metal placard that says no dumping. There's cameras. It's not like there's no cameras. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras in front of the Dunkin', on the side there with where the garbage cans are. So I don't know how they got away with it. What the hell's going on over there? I have cameras on my property too. That's why perps don't really come around. They used to come around all the time. Got so much footage of stuff they were doing. All the symbols and hand gestures. People hanging out in front of my house, on my porch, taking pictures. The whole family. What happened to those videos? And I could have sworn I saved them on my camera. I see them every day, that family. Every day they come in. The oldest one, she took my charm from my purse. She comes in every day to get a coffee for her and her brothers. They stare me down too. Like, what are you staring me down for? Take your Santorini and shove it up your ass. That's what I say to these witches now. Shove your witchcraft up your ass. I got no time for that. I ain't got no time for this. People automatically assume I'm just like nuts. I'll show them how nuts I can be. And they really won't fuck around anymore. There was one guy, he was changing shoes in his trunk. He was just in his trunk in front of my house. I have that video, I think, on here. I think it's on my channel, I'm not sure. I saved those because those were fucking weird. What a fucking weirdo. And I saw him every fucking day. He would pass by the house. I don't think he really was doing construction work at the building down the blocks from me. I think he was just some rando pretending to be that, you know. These people love to spy on us. So one day, I have this video too. I was sitting at the bench in front of the pharmacy. They moved the pharmacy. I had bronchitis bad, so I went to go get cough syrup and like whatever the doctor gave me. And I was sitting there coughing like a crazy person. But I was already ready to sit there. I was tired, you know. When you get sick, you get extra tired. More tired than I am, now, usual. So he was there ready. So I'm like, oh yeah, you gonna fuck around with me? You gonna spy? Because he saw me walking there, he decided to sit there. That's not a coincidence. And so I'm like, I got bronchitis. I was really coughing though from bronchitis. And he looked at me like, oh shit, like I don't want to get sick, I gotta get out of here. Oh, they should get sick, not us. They're the ones that should get all the sickness that they give us. They will. Eventually they will. I hate to say it, but they do get sick. Way worse. Like I survived bronchitis. I survive a lot of things. They can't get rid of me. And I'm glad they hate it. I'm glad they hate that I survive every tactic they do. Well, if I don't survive, then they don't have a job. So I don't know what they're thinking. So dumb, right? They make no sense. Do they want to make money or no? So if they don't see us, how are they going to make money? Bunch of dumbasses. Anyways. I didn't see any butterflies today. And I saw a little white one. Last time I was here, I saw an orange, like orange, blue, not blue, red type of butterfly, but not the monarch. Oh God, it's Mama Bird. Hi, Mama Bird. Mama Bird. I thought she was like a statue the first time I saw her, and she blinked. So I was like, oh good. Tomorrow I gotta come out here and put water. I'm hoping she drinks. I have to buy seeds. Hopefully she'll eat the seeds too. That's my David doing. He keeps making noise, but he's not coming out. He's late today. He's supposed to do that at like 7 in the morning, which is illegal. I'm the only one that hears him. That's not a coincidence either.